Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be exploring something that I'm sure you've all heard of, artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
But we're going a little deeper this time.
right.
Instead of just, looking at what it can do and how cool it is, we're going to be examining how AI is already changing the world.
Yeah, it's really incredible to see how AI is no longer just some futuristic concept that's way off in the future.
Wow. Right.
AI is already woven into our daily lives, whether we realize it or not.
I totally agree.
From, the personalized recommendations you get on your favorite streaming service to the algorithms that are running self-driving cars.
Yeah, and you send over a bunch of articles and research papers on this topic, and it's really fascinating just how many different areas AI is impacting, like healthcare, finance, even art.
Art, agriculture, everything.
Yeah.
And I think what's most intriguing to me is just how quickly AI is evolving.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago that we were primarily thinking about AI as rule-based systems.
Okay, so like a specific set of instructions for every task.
Exactly. A very rigid set of rules that humans had to program.
Okay.
But then everything changed with machine learning. Instead of relying on those pre-programmed rules, machines could actually learn from data and identify patterns on their own.
So instead of needing to tell the machine every single step of the way, it could kind of figure things out itself.
Exactly.
That seems like a huge leap forward.
Huge.
How does that actually work?
Well, imagine you're trying to teach a computer to recognize different types of flowers.
Okay.
In a rule-based system, you'd have to define every single characteristic for each flower, like the color, the shape of the petals, the size, and so on.
Right, so you'd have to basically create a whole encyclopedia of flower knowledge for this computer to understand anything.
Exactly. But with machine learning, you just give it a massive data set of flower images, and it figures out the patterns and differences all on its own.
Okay, so it's kind of like showing a child flashcards of different flowers until they start to recognize them.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. And just like a child, the more data the machine is exposed to, the better it gets at recognizing those flowers.
That makes sense.
And it's this ability to learn from data that's driving so many of the AI applications we see today, like personalized recommendations on shopping websites or spam filters that keep our inboxes clean.
That's amazing. So machine learning is all about pattern recognition.
Yes.
But what about some of these other terms we hear all the time, like deep learning and neural networks? Are those just fancy buzzwords, or is there something more to them?
Oh, there's definitely something more to them.
Okay.
Think of deep learning as kind of like a more sophisticated, more advanced version of machine learning.
Okay.
It's really inspired by the structure of the human brain.
Okay, so now you're talking my language. Tell me more about this brain-inspired AI.
Well, at the heart of deep learning is something called a neural network. It's basically this complex web of interconnected nodes, kind of like neurons in our brains that process and transmit information.
So it's like an artificial brain.
Yeah, in a simplified way, you could say about that too.
Okay.
These neural networks can be incredibly powerful, especially when you're dealing with huge data sets.
Right.
And they're actually the driving force behind some of the most impressive AI achievements, like self-driving cars and even those language models that can write creative content.
Oh, wow. So like those AI-generated poems and stories I've been seeing online.
Exactly. Deep learning is pushing the boundaries of what AI can do and opening up all sorts of new possibilities. It's one of the big reasons why AI has become such a hot topic in recent years.
It's incredible to think that we're now creating systems that can learn, adapt, and even create things like we do.
Right.
But how is all of this playing out in the real world? What are some concrete examples of how this is changing things right now?
Well, one area where AI is already having a massive impact is healthcare.
Okay.
So imagine a world where AI can analyze medical images like X-rays and MRIs even better than humans, helping doctors detect diseases earlier and more accurately.
So like a second pair of eyes for doctors, helping them make better decisions.
Exactly. And it goes beyond diagnosis. AI can also personalize treatment plans, predict how patients will respond to certain treatments, and even accelerate the development of new drugs.
Wow, that's incredible. It sounds like it's already revolutionizing healthcare in so many ways.
It really is.
What about other industries? What about the world of finance, for example?
Finance is another area where AI is making huge waves. AI algorithms are already being used to detect fraudulent transactions, manage risk, and even make investment decisions.
Wait, AI is making investment decisions?
Yeah. Some hedge funds are using AI-powered systems to analyze market trends and execute trades, sometimes faster than any human trader could.
Wow. That's both fascinating and a little bit unnerving.
Yeah.
So AI is really starting to shake things up in the financial world.
Absolutely. And this is just the beginning. AI is poised to transform countless other industries in the coming years.
Like what?
We'll see robots working alongside humans in factories, AI algorithms optimizing how our cities use energy, and AI-powered systems creating personalized educational experiences for students.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about all the ways AI might change the world.
Yeah.
What about the impact on jobs? A lot of people are worried that this is going to lead to widespread job losses.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And while AI will certainly automate certain tasks and roles which could displace some workers, it's important to remember that it will also create new jobs and opportunities that we can't even imagine yet.
So it's not just about AI taking jobs, it's about changing the nature of work itself.
Exactly. Think about the jobs that didn't exist just a few decades ago, like app developers, social media managers, data scientists.
Right.
AI is going to create a whole new landscape of jobs that require skills in AI development, maintenance, and oversight.
So the key is to adapt and embrace these changes.
Yes.
But how do we make sure that everybody benefits from these changes?
That's a great question, and one that we'll be exploring further in our deep dive.
Okay.
But in short, it comes down to investing in education and training programs that help people develop the skills they'll need to thrive in an AI-powered world.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is all incredibly fascinating. We've covered so much ground already, from the basics of machine learning to the potential impact of AI on all these different industries.
It's a lot to take in.
But I know we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, in the next segment, we'll be taking a closer look at how AI is transforming specific industries like agriculture, manufacturing, and transportation.
Sounds like a plan. Can't wait to dive even deeper into the world of AI. Stay tuned, everyone, for part 2 of our AI Deep Dive. Welcome back to our AI Deep Dive. Last time we were talking about all the different ways AI is impacting everything from healthcare to finance.
Yeah, and how it's not just automating tasks, it's really changing the nature of work itself.
Exactly. And you mentioned that we'd be taking a closer look at how AI is transforming specific industries. I'm particularly fascinated by agriculture. You hinted that AI is like revolutionizing the way we grow food.
It really is.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
Absolutely. So imagine a farm where sensors in the soil are constantly monitoring moisture levels and nutrient content. And all of that data is being sent in real time to an AI system that can precisely adjust irrigation and fertilizer application.
Wow, so it's like taking all the guesswork out of farming.
Exactly. And this level of precision not only helps to maximize yields, but it also minimizes waste and reduces the environmental impact.
That's amazing.
And we're also seeing AI-powered drones and satellites being used to monitor crop health.
Right.
They can detect pests and diseases early on.
So it's like having this high-tech eye in the sky watching over the field.
Exactly. And then there are the robots. I mean, we've all seen those videos of robots picking strawberries or weeding fields.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool.
But AI is making those robots even more sophisticated.
How so?
Well, they can now navigate really complex terrain, they can identify and pick only the right produce, and they can even learn from their mistakes.
So AI is really taking on some of the most labor-intensive parts of agriculture.
It is, and that's becoming increasingly important as the world's population continues to grow and the demand for food increases. AI has the potential to make agriculture more efficient, more sustainable, and more resilient in the face of climate change.
It's amazing to see how AI is being used to tackle such huge challenges facing humanity. What other industries are being transformed in such a dramatic way?
Well, we talked a little bit about smart cities earlier.
Right.
And AI is playing a crucial role in making those a reality.
Can you give us some examples of what that actually looks like?
Sure. Imagine a city where traffic lights can adjust their timing based on real-time traffic flow to minimize congestion and reduce commute times.
Okay.
That's something AI can already do.
That would be a dream come true for anyone who's ever been stuck in rush hour traffic.
Totally. AI can also optimize energy consumption in buildings, improve public safety by predicting crime hotspots, and even personalize public services based on individual needs.
So it's like AI is this ultimate city planner, constantly analyzing data and making adjustments to improve efficiency and quality of life.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. AI is helping us create cities that are more sustainable, more livable, and more responsive to the needs of their residents.
That's incredible. What about the manufacturing industry? I imagine AI is having a pretty big impact there as well.
It is. AI is being used to streamline production processes, improve quality control, and create safer working environments for humans.
Can you give us some specific examples?
Sure. So you've got AI-powered robots that can perform tasks that are too dangerous or repetitive for humans, like welding or painting.
Okay.
These robots can work tirelessly with incredible precision, and they can even adapt to changing conditions on the fly.
It sounds like AI is making factories a lot safer and more efficient.
Exactly. AI is also being used to predict equipment failures before they happen, so you can minimize downtime and reduce maintenance costs.
Oh, that's really smart.
And then there are AI-powered computer vision systems that can actually spot defects in products as they're being made.
Okay.
This ensures that only high-quality products leave the factory.
So AI is improving both the efficiency and the quality of the manufacturing process. That's really impressive.
It is. And these advancements aren't just limited to those big mega factories. AI is also helping small and medium-sized businesses compete on a global scale by making it easier for them to adopt these advanced technologies.
So it's like AI is leveling the playing field in the manufacturing world.
Yes, definitely.
What about the transportation industry? I know self-driving cars get a lot of the attention, but what other ways is AI changing transportation?
Self-driving cars are a huge part of it, and they're getting closer to being a reality every day. But AI is also being used to optimize traffic flow, make public transportation more efficient, and even make air travel safer.
Oh, wow. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so for example, imagine a world where traffic lights can actually communicate with each other and with the cars on the road.
Okay.
They can adjust their timing in real time to reduce traffic jams and improve fuel efficiency.
That would be amazing.
Right. And AI is also being used to create those really efficient public transportation systems that optimize routes and schedules based on how many people need to go where at any given time.
That makes a lot of sense.
And in the airline industry, AI can predict when planes need maintenance, optimize flight paths, and even assist pilots in making those really critical decisions.
It seems like AI is making transportation safer, faster, and more sustainable.
It really is across the board.
It's incredible to see how this technology is impacting so many different parts of our lives. But with all of these advancements, I can't help but think about the potential downsides.
Right, yeah.
What are some of the things we need to be aware of as we move forward with all of this?
That's a great point. You know, as with any powerful technology, there are potential risks and challenges that come with AI.
Right.
We need to be mindful of these as we continue to develop and deploy AI systems.
So what are some of the biggest challenges we need to be thinking about?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is making sure that AI is used ethically and responsibly. We need to make sure that this technology benefits society as a whole, not just a select few.
That's a really important point. So as we move forward, we need to be thinking about not just the can we do it, but also the should we do it.
Exactly. We need to have these open and honest conversations about the potential impacts of AI on our lives, our communities, and our world as a whole.
Right.
And we need to work together to create ethical guidelines and regulations that ensure AI is used for good.
It sounds like we're at a crucial point in the evolution of AI. You know, we have this incredibly powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it wisely.
I agree. The choices we make today will shape the future of AI and how it impacts humanity.
Well, this has been a really eye-opening exploration of how AI is changing so many different industries. It's clear that AI is already having a huge impact, and it's only going to become more influential in the coming years.
Absolutely. And as we continue to explore the world of AI, it's important to remember that this isn't just about the technology itself. It's about people and our values and what kind of future we want to build.
That's a great point. As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm feeling a sense of both excitement and responsibility.
I think that's a good place to be. In our final segment, we'll explore some of the broader societal implications of AI, and we'll talk about what we can do to ensure that this technology benefits all of humanity.
Sounds good. Stay tuned, everyone, for the final part of our AI deep dive, where we'll continue to explore this fascinating and rapidly changing world. Welcome back to the final part of our AI deep dive. It's been a wild ride so far.
It has.
We've talked about how AI is changing industries left and right, from how we grow our food to how we plan our cities.
Yeah, it feels like AI is touching every aspect of our lives these days.
And you know what? We've only just scratched the surface.
Really, just the beginning.
In this last part, I really want to dig into the bigger picture, the larger societal implications of AI, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We touched on some of the potential downsides like job displacement, but I'm curious to get your take on the even bigger questions.
Like what?
Like, how is AI going to change how we live, how we work, how we rook up, how we relate to each other?
It's a huge question.
It is.
And honestly, it's one that's being debated by the brightest minds all over the world.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say that AI is going to reshape many aspects of our lives in ways we can't even fully imagine yet.
Right.
Some of those changes will be for the better,
Right.
and some will bring some real challenges.
Can you give us some examples of both? Like, what are some of the potential benefits we could see, and what are some of the drawbacks that we really need to be thinking about?
Sure, well, let's start with the good stuff.
Okay.
AI has the potential to help us solve some of the biggest problems facing the world,
Like what?
like climate change,
Oh, wow.
like
Right.
finding cures for diseases.
Really?
Yeah, it could be huge.
How could AI help with things like that?
Well, for climate change, AI could help us optimize our energy use, develop new renewable energy sources, maybe even help capture and store carbon emissions.
So it could really be like a powerful weapon
Yeah.
in the fight against climate change.
Yeah, absolutely. And in healthcare, AI is already being used to develop new drugs, create personalized treatment plans, and even help surgeons perform complex operations.
That's incredible. It really does sound like AI is changing healthcare for the better.
It really is, and those are just a couple of examples. You know, AI also has the potential to improve our education systems,
Yeah.
make transportation safer and more efficient, and even help us create new forms of art and entertainment.
It's pretty exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is.
But, on the flip side, you mentioned there will be challenges too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What are some of those?
I mean, look, no technology comes without risks, right?
Right.
And AI is no different. One of the biggest challenges we face is making sure that AI is developed and used responsibly and ethically.
So what does that actually look like?
It means making sure that AI systems are fair,
Okay.
that they don't have built-in biases,
Right.
and that we can understand how they're making decisions.
That makes sense. But how do we make sure all of that happens?
It's going to take a lot of effort on multiple fronts.
Okay.
We need to develop clear ethical guidelines for how AI is created.
Right.
We need to put regulations in place to govern how it's used.
Okay.
And we need to educate the public about the potential benefits and risks of AI.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's about our values.
Yeah, exactly.
And how those values shape the development and use of this technology.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful and intentional about how we weave AI into our lives.
Right.
And we have to work to make sure that everyone benefits from its advancements, not just a select few.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
We don't want AI to make existing inequalities even worse.
Exactly.
We need to make sure it helps create a more fair and equitable world for everyone.
I completely agree. You know, we need to be really aware of the potential for AI to be used in ways that discriminate against certain groups of people,
Right.
or concentrate power in the hands of a few.
So it's about more than just building cool tech.
Yeah.
It's about using that tech to build a better future for all of us.
That's it. That's the heart of it.
I love that this has been such a thought-provoking deep dive into the world of AI. I mean, we've talked about its potential to change industries, solve global problems, and even fundamentally reshape society as we know it.
Yeah, and I hope we've given our listeners a sense of both the incredible possibilities and the responsibility that comes with this technology.
I think we have. We've really learned that AI is a tool, but like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Yeah.
It's up to us to decide how we're going to use it.
Absolutely, and to make sure that its power is used to create a better future for all of humanity.
That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you enjoy the journey and that you'll continue to explore this fascinating and ever-evolving field.
Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay engaged.
The future of AI is in our hands.